Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again. All 13% of you, you know who you are. We're going over my build for Holden, how you should be building Holden today. This guy is insane in both PvP as well as PvE. So let's touch on exactly what we're looking to do and accomplish with our Holden. He does have this very powerful Dispel that doubles the proc rate on a crit. So if you have this maxed out, you'll get a -1 turn cooldown here, but the level 3 is really what you're looking for here. The Dispel increased in the attack down, resistance down increased to 50%. This will double when you crit, so we're gonna be focusing on getting him close to crit rate cap, and I'll show you a very easy way to do that. The S2 here is a very hard-hitting 480% multiplier based off of his defense with a 100% pushback, so we're gonna want effectiveness on this guy, defense, and crit chance. And then the S1 defense break in a triple hitting 110 mod if you max this dude out, which is very nice, exceptionally powerful. He also does gain bonus defense to counter ratio. For every 500 points of defense you have, and it's very important, 500, not 520, not 510, you'll get bonus counter rate as well as damage increase if you max this out. And if you max this out, you're gonna get 10% counter for every 500 defense, as well as a bonus 5% damage. So what we're looking at here for our stat threshold, when we're taking a look at Holden here, the build I have right now is right about 30,000 HP, 2,500 defense, 84 crit rate, which actually will be higher in a minute. And then we have a little bit of effect accuracy and a little bit of effect resistance. You can run him on whatever you want as this bruiser sort of character in PvE scenarios. If you want him to be your stripper for you, maybe you put him on, Swift Rush, right? But the way I like to be using him is I put him on Bramble and I put him on Strive. Now, Bramble is going to give you another 25% chance to counter, and it's going to give you a very important 10% defense, which is going to be helpful early on, hitting that 2,500 defense. Remember, every 500 defense increases your counter. So if you can hit that threshold exactly and then put those stats somewhere else, you're going to be doing yourself a favor there. Strive also does give you defense percent, and it also will increase your turn meter. So he can be like this anchor for your tank in PvP scenarios, or in PvE, a lot of AoEs going out. It's going to help push him up. You're going to gain a lot more speed over time, efficiency in combination with something like the Bramble set here as a mid-tier player. And then later on, you can actually fit another set bonus in here. And then later on, with the shell that we're gonna be going over, you can roll it to have Strive Bramble as well as either Ether Plague or Colossal Guard for defense up and effect resistance, or HP up in effect accuracy as well. You can also get a little Time Weave in there to get some effect accuracy plus, or if you want to, you can just get a little bit of speed running some like Swift Rush 8-piece, or run Unbreakable 8-piece to get that defense bonus, although Unbreakable is going to be worse than either Colossal Guard or Ether Plague. But these are the modules that you're going to be using. I think this module matrix effect is going to be the best. As far as the right side pieces go, right now I'm on HP, and then 1 crit rate main. These do have some decent substats. They could be better. These 4 right here in particular are okay. If you wanted to go like a defense percent main instead of an HP main, you could do that, but it's not going to make you break a certain threshold, right? If I was to take the HP 50% off and put like a defense main on, it's not gonna quite get me to exactly like 3,000 defense here. So I like to have him just like this, extra bulky. He's just sitting there and he's able to do damage in that regard as well. We also only want to run 1 crit rate. I know I see the 84 crit rate. You're like, oh, but if I had 4 more crit rate from substats here, which I can work on here, very important to remind yourselves as you're going through the prowess, you are going to be getting bonus crit rate on these 2 nodes for 12% more. So once I get these 2, I'll actually be at 96 crit rate. And I just need to get like something with a little bit more crit rate substat on like this headpiece or like this piece over here, and I'll be at crit rate cap. So that's very important to keep in mind. Now, as far as a shell goes, this is the shell setup that I'm going to be using. Artisan is insane for him. Bramble and Strive come on Artisan, and the ability for Artisan is just banana sandwich strong, ladies and gentlemen. So you go ahead and you get a 700 defense increase for 2 turns. This is going to increase your survivability. It's also going to increase your damage because your defense scaling. and it's going to put that very overpowered shield on himself, which increases his survivability even more, but also the lowest HP person in your party. And we're going to be playing some RTA matches in here to show you that, as well as some PvE content. This thing is insane. We go passive effect Crystal Wall, I know max roll, and then penetration crit rate here as well. So you can run, just like I said, that one right side crit rate main stat to allow you to run 2 more that bulk you up with HP or defense, your choice there. And then very important here, the best one is going to be Insight for Holden. Insight is, in my opinion, one of the best abilities basically for a ton of characters in Etheria Restart, because at the start of the battle, you'll get a giant effect resistance and effect accuracy buff. This one's only 36%, but on a well-rolled version of this, you can start with up to 60% effect resistance and 60% effect accuracy. So if you have like 30% in your substat rolls, right? I only have like 10, 17, 20 right now, but if I got better rolled gear, which will happen as we farm the game more, you can get 80%, 100% at the start of the battle, both effect resistance and effect accuracy, which will allow you to land that very important S3, which does give effect resistance down. So you might look at the shell and be like, yeah, but it decreases over time. Listen, it's going to help your Holden land all of his very important debuffs while also maintaining your ability to build him super bulky, high defense, high crit chance, and do damage, and still be able to land those debuffs because you're going to put resistance down on the enemy with your S3, and that's going to allow you to still use your S2, push them back, land defense break on your S1, and then do a bunch of damage that way as well. So this is going to be the loadout for Holden. This guy is insane this way. I think this is the one, this is where Holden being the anchor for my team really like took me to victory here. I think this is like, I don't know, Diamond, Platinum RTA. This is an older match. I think his build was even worse than it was before, but you see that I'm not opening here, right? I have Valerian and Holden, and then a nice little Freya and Heinrich, and they have a bunch of crowd control, a bunch of damage. They have Ditting, they have Rosa, right? I'm looking like I am gonna get absolutely cooked here, right? So we have Holden coming in, boom, he's got that bonus effect resist at the start, couldn't get crowd controlled. Sorry, bro, chose to bomb the wrong person. Bam, still alive, he's still there, thank you Dreamweave, or whatever happened there, who knows, but he's got attack down on everyone. They're trying to get rid of Valerian. They want to get through that passive. This is gonna do a ton of damage to a lot of my teammates here. Holden still holding out, look at that damage. It's nothing. It's nothing. Holden's got that defense buff from Freya. He's about to pop off. Boom! Artisan saving my DPS. And even though he's stunned, he wasn't stunned for that one turn. He put effect resist down. He put attack down, allowing my teammates to live here. He's being the guy. He's holding the line, right? He's holding the door, right? And he's still allowing me to just pop off here, even though I lost all of the tempo in this opening match, and that was enough for that guy. And then this is the DPS capabilities of Holden in this list. They kind of left me with a bunch of supports and they're Holden on my own, and they're just hoping to break through with just Masya, just one-shotting everyone here. They have Rosa and Masya. They have some Sleepy Time Tea, and they also have Beotin as well. And so we're just gonna get that defense buff in conjunction with the Artisan defense buff and just kind of cleave them down to half, give them attack down, give them resist down. It's going to be feeling kind of bad for everyone here. We're going to be stacking up our buffs, holding the line, doing that good stuff. Captain Marvel here, not really able to do a whole lot because they gave me access to Lily. It does allow me to have a lot of tempo in this matchup, and they're just not able to do anything at all here in conjunction with all of my characters. He just did all of that, right? The attack down. I understand I have defense buff and stuff here as well, but the attack down, you can see just how powerful it is. So you can utilize Holden with someone like Lily as well to secure that early tempo advantage because he has that dispel, he has that attack down, and they're just not going to be able to do anything to you at all. And then you're just gonna be able to clean the fight up quite easily with his own damage. He doesn't do as much damage as an actual damage dealer does do, and that Rosa did a ton of damage to my boy Holden, but he said nope. He said I'm out. He said dab it. That Rosa did a crap ton actually. Holy crap. Holy crap, that was a ton of damage. Then we have one final one before we move into some PvE content, probably some shell farming. That's what I'm doing right now before we have the double drops this weekend, if this video makes it out before the weekend. But we're left in this predicament once again. Freya, Holden, My boy Heinrich, we're getting opened up on. Defense break on everybody, so Holden's kind of hurting here, right? It's looking a little bit bad for your boy. Wait, we got opened on here, so we're gonna have the ability for our boy Veronica to come in, do some damage, try to kill Freya, build as a support, I guess. We're gonna get slept or get tempoed all over the world. The opponent really only picked one damage dealer, so I banned that damage dealer. So you could say that this was lost, gained one in picks and bans. But look at the debuffs on us right here. The debuffs on our team, taking Freya out first. Holden just kind of standing there. He hasn't countered yet. He's got over 50% counter right now, which is kind of crazy that he just, I guess he's waiting to hold the line later. I guess he's waiting to hold the line later. But we're going to be able to get our Artisan proc here. I think that's why I wanted to show this one off. Boom, Artisan proc. Look at that giant berry for himself, giant berry for my teammate. Defense buff from Artisan, defense buff from Dreamweave in defense there as well. And we're able to do a little bit of damage here. Didn't land a ton of stuff anywhere else. But look at the Artisans here, right? Holden's really holding out, right? We're getting chipped down. We don't have really any sustain outside of some HP barriers from Valerian every once in a while. We don't have any cleansing, but we kind of weathered the assault from our opponent here, right? Heinrich hasn't even gone yet. Now he's trying to get to Heinrich now, but Heinrich attack down. He's gonna rip this S3, and it's gonna do some damage, take him out mainly here. And Holden has held the line basically for us. Put attack down, strip some buffs off, very important, so we don't get speed buffed around, cycled on very quickly at the start of the battle, and allowed us to take that match back. So we're just gonna run into like Rengotsu right now. Rengotsu Hell. This is the team we're gonna be using. Nothing super crazy. We have so this is the squad. We got the Holden on the same build. We have a Lillian, a Valerian, and Heinrich, who does not have any gear currently. So I guess we're gonna take that off. We're gonna put. Do you have the gear? All right, we're gonna be doing Rimaloka here. I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll find out. I usually use Heinrich here, so let's go ahead. Lillian to the old Rimaloka. Bop, bop, bop. Do some damage. And what we're really looking for here is the ability for Holden to apply attack down, resist down to help Rimaloka, I guess in this case. Generally, it's there to help Heinrich land some more debuffs. Well, that's fine, and Heinrich could help him hit that extra crit rate and extra crit damage. If not, I'm going to swap it afterwards. But then also the Artisan Shell, giving extra survivability. You can kind of see it already, right? These giant HP barriers in conjunction with Valerian refreshing barriers is so helpful. So if your DPS just gets thrashed, you'll be okay. And Holden's doing a lot of damage here too, mind you. He was hitting, what was that, like 8k 3 times each or something on the boss there while it was defense broken, which is no laughing matter, right? Because he can get stacking defense buffs. They just went away, but he can get the Artisan Shield defense buff plus actual defense buff from Valerian as well. So Rengotsu looking a little angry here on our team, but this is going to be pretty good. And we keep reapplying that defense down to the enemy, which is nice. It's especially nice if it happens off of a counter attack, as that does. Did you just swap Twin Trick? I guess Lily is a Holden fan as well. And then we'll be able to swap this one off. I mean, it's pretty easy, nothing crazy. It's just some general PvE, but you can see that without a crazy sustained character, he does do work there as well. And the Heinrich run would probably be even better than the current one with Rimaloka. I don't use Rimaloka here, but I guess Holden was just strong enough that it worked out anyway. But he is the man in both PvE as PvP. He's been taking some souls in Union Guild War as well. If you like this build, hey man, take a screenshot, come back for more, check out the previous videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.